Oh. Is it over?
Yes, it's over.
Oh, thank God for
Football.
that. Can we go home and get some sleep now?
State of Origin and then the Socceroos. So it was a big marathon night, but New South Wales has ended the reign of Queensland. And interesting, because what you tend to find in situations like this is when you've had a spectacular victory like this as New South Wales did, the jumper tends to be quite precious. And yet you find unfit blokes with beer bellies running around thinking that they're Jared Hayne or they're Josh Dugan or they're Trent Hodkinson, and oh, how embarrassing. It's very embarrassing, isn't it? Seriously.
It's got my name on it as well.
It's very embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just annoyed because you forgot to bring yours in this morning.
I did forget to bring mine in, but of course, look,
I can't agree with all the people, though, who are saying that this was a really dour, hard-to-watch game. I thought it was gripping television. I thought it was a gripping game of football, and it showed off some of the best attributes of rugby league. I know it wasn't a free-flowing game and there weren't many set plays, but I tell you what, just for sheer grit and men just running at each other, it's the sort of game that Mark Latham should have loved.
It was terrific, except that New South Wales had some of the best ball runners out wide. They had Josh Dugan, of course Jared Hayne, Michael Jennings out wide, and yet they kept running the ball in the middle of the field, and that was really frustrating. They didn't use the talents of their team, and it frustrated everyone following New South Wales. In fact, I think they were lucky to win. Queensland got very, very close on a number of occasions. New South Wales made one incursion and that resulted in a try. But really they should have had a lot more chances than they had.
And then 4 hours later, we went from the ridiculous to the sublime, an incredible show of skill and just classy football on the pitch. Did I just say football?
You did say football.
Classy soccer on the pitch at the World Cup between us and the Netherlands.
That's right. Make no mistake about this. This was a pivotal moment in Australian sport because this was a team playing like a European team with speed. They were attacking. Ange Postecoglou said they'd do this, but it's one thing to lay down the groundwork and say you're going to do it. It's another thing to go out and do it. They really did come of age, the Australian team.
Sorry, just keep going.
In playing the Netherlands. We do know that football is the sleeping giant of Australian sport. We saw that with the Western Sydney Wanderers. We've got the Asian Cup coming next year in January, and this team that matched it with both the Netherlands and Chile, they could win the World Cup. Either of those teams could win the whole thing. And a couple of our best young players aren't there. Robbie Cruz is probably our best young player. He's injured, not there. So
who are you going to follow? Who are you going to barrack for the rest of the World Cup?
With no doubt, Italy, the Azzurri, I'm going for them because I've got a little bit of Italian on my father's side. So I've reached back there and I'll be going for the Italians. You, on the other hand, still hedging your bets.
No, I've been on Ancestry.com this morning and I've actually tracked down an uncle in Brazil and a nephew in Argentina.
Brazil and Argentina.
And it's a bit confusing because there's also a German uncle I haven't seen for quite a few decades now, but I'm hoping to catch up with him at some point. I'll make a big decision on who I follow in the coming days and weeks.
Well, you told me there was no one from Brazil, that you'd had a Brazilian, and that was the reason you were going to be going for Brazil.
We really do need to go home and have some sleep.
Yeah, exactly.